Verizon has patented an idea that would basically allow companies to spy on you while you're in your living room. So it's basically a DVR that can watch and listen to you and kind of compile information on your habits in order for advertisers to target ads for you. So just to give you an example, sounds of arguing prompt ads for marriage counseling, while sounds of cuddling or images of cuddling prompts ads for contraceptives.
That's crazy. That's just nuts, man. They're like literally looking into your living room. They're like, oh, look at that, they're having sex. Great. Let's do an ad for a condom. I don't like, we are so immune to this stuff now where we're the only ones that are flipping out over it. You know, I'm sure there are some other folks probably in online media, not the old media, but why isn't this headline news? Like, they're going to now be spying in on what you're doing in your private home? There's no sense of privacy left at all.
I know. It's scary that they were able to patent this idea, and they did so 18 months ago. I didn't know this, but you have to wait 18 months after something has been patented before it could become public. But back in 2008, Comcast did something very similar. And I'm interested to see how this plays out in the future. But, you know, one good piece of news is that the Senate Judiciary Committee had passed an update to the 1986 privacy laws, which of course didn't include the internet, didn't include cell phones, didn't include all the technology that we see around us today. And basically it would limit the ability of public officials when it comes to using the internet or cell phones to spy on you. Basically, you would have to get a warrant in all circumstances before you delve into someone's files online or their cell phones.
So a couple of things about this. Number one, Time Warner is not the government, so it's a different issue,
yes.
Right? But why, and then you would have to buy this thing. But why? Why are we all voluntarily giving up the most private things in our lives? So say, oh yeah, why don't you just have a private corporation set up a camera in my house and watch me in my living room at all times so they could sell better to me? It's great. Second of all, you think the government's not going to tap into that? Right? I'm not saying they're going to do it for everybody, right? But let's say there's a case that they want information on. Either a legitimate case, right, or an illegitimate case where the government is looking into somebody they don't like. They're looking for something you might have done, anything you might have done wrong in your private life, in your sex life. Let's say it's Julian Assange or somebody like that. You think they're not going to turn that camera around and record it? I mean, look, all of the telecommunication companies work with the government in tapping all of our phones. This is an absolute fact. In fact, the Congress passed a law immunizing them for breaking the law and tapping our phones and giving it to the government, the information. You think they won't tap the video camera in your living room?
Yeah, I know. Our privacy is in jeopardy, but the question is, will people rise up against it? And judging by the reaction from this story, and actually the lack of reaction from this story, I'm not so hopeful about it.
And it's going to take at least a couple of scandals, and then at that point people might be so immunized they'll be like, oh, okay, well, they're taping us doing all this. Okay, fine, we just move on with our lives.